Aquarians, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking specifically into a no contact and or separation situation. What are their current realizations? And I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is the Supernova Tarot. And pile number two is the Butterfly Wisdom Tarot. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today. But I do hope that at least one of the pile's messages do resonate. There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what we can expect in the extended. We'll be looking into what intentions are forming based on their current realizations, what's stopping them from taking action on their realizations, and energy shifts to expect in this connection. Okay. So details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi pile one, for those of you who chose the Supernova Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies, so close your eyes. Think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Ready, pile one. Specifically for no contact or separation situation, their current realizations. Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords, Two of Wands, Page of Swords, Seven of Wands, the Sun, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I also have your oracle cards. We're going to get into that. We have Sacral Chakra with Self-Worth, I Nurture. We have Aura Light 23 with I Am Connected to the Power of the Universe. Divine Consciousness, I Feel Trapped, Commitment, 2626 Diplomacy. Okay. Your person is finding themselves in the same cycle over and over again. The reason for that is your person is actually not very honest with themselves about what they truly want. They're not at this point in time honoring themselves nor their true desires for their life. So every time your person makes a decision that is misaligned, they go through the process, somehow they feel stuck, and then they're back to square one again. And this cycle repeating is something that your person is observing right now. There is some kind of clarity coming in with your person that every time they make a decision that is misaligned to who they are, what they truly want out of their life, they find themselves trapped, or they find themselves going the entire loop only to come back to the decision point again. With the Sun coming out, there is a desire to get out of this loop. And they're recognizing a pattern forming. Now, for some of you, this could be, with commitment coming up, I do feel that your person may have run away from it in the past, or even though they wanted it, they felt that maybe they did not have it within them to pursue it or to give you the kind of commitment that you were looking for in this connection. But your person's going inwards at this point in time because they're realizing that maybe that is something that they do want. Maybe that is something that they should allow themselves to pursue. My thoughts are very slow right now. I don't know if you're noticing it as well, but these realizations are actually coming through very, very slowly as well. It's kind of like the thoughts are just now forming in your person's mind about the situation that they're in and how they keep finding themselves in the same loop. So would not be surprised if there have been multiple karmic situations that your person just keeps finding themselves in the loop. Like there's a repeated pattern of things happening in your person's life and they're not able to get out of that loop. But there is a bit of clarity coming in that every time they don't honor themselves, they find themselves in a mess. So the basic understanding that's coming through is this. And even when it comes to your connection, it looks like your person didn't choose this connection and that was not honoring what they truly wanted. And again, in your connection, they're finding themselves trapped because they can't make a decision to come towards you, nor are they finding the peace of staying away from you. So at this point in time, it's more of realizations hitting. There is a desire, yes, to stop the loop, to perhaps start aligning with what they truly desire, but that's still a little bit far away energy. Pal 1, it's still in the process of, okay, well, I made this decision and then it did not work out, but I didn't want to make that decision to begin with. Then I made this decision and again, I found myself trapped and that decision was misaligned. So it's more of that understanding, it's more of that pattern recognition that's going on right now. But that by itself is actually a good starting point, I would say, for your person, because they're recognizing that it's their own choice that's led them feeling trapped. And it's not actually, maybe your person might have blamed it on like the universe, or maybe they might have blamed it on divine power in the past. But now they're recognizing that no, I'm choosing this path for myself. I am putting myself in the mess. So there is that, instead of pointing fingers at maybe someone else or situations or experiences or even divine power, your person's kind of turning that finger to themselves and recognizing that they're actually responsible for the life that they are leading up until now, or whatever they are feeling trapped in. Your person's recognizing that they are the ones responsible for putting themselves in that situation. And in the past, your person might have thought that they were being diplomatic, or they were being neutral about certain situations. However, I think that in certain situations that was actually misaligned, and your person was meant to take a stand for themselves, not be neutral or not just be walking the fine line, is also what I'm hearing. So these realizations are coming through at this point in time. Pal 1, every time your person has abandoned themselves, they find themselves trapped. And there is a recognition of that. Your connection's definitely involved in this situation. It's one of the things that your person is recognizing, that they feel trapped. Maybe they can't move forward, like they can't move on from this connection, but at the same time, maybe all paths to you have been closed off because your person decided to walk away and now they don't know what to do. That's also another message. You could have blocked this person. You could have, set your boundaries as well. There's definitely some kind of resistance in them reaching out to you. That I could be internal as well. Yes, I can see that. But it could also be from you as well. And they're not able to move on because what they truly want is this connection. They do want to promise you something. But no, they thought that denying it or not choosing it, just being neutral, would make them feel better. But no, it's actually making them feel trapped. So these are the realizations that are going on with your person right now. It's actually one big realization that they've actually been the ones to put themselves in this situation or in these situations, because for some of you, I'm getting that it's multiple situations that your person feels trapped in, and they're recognizing that there's a common theme of them not choosing themselves that's led them to this. Let me get more information. Let's see, maybe a message that wants to come for you, or maybe some additional information. Yeah, your person really wants a future with you. Why did they deny it? They were afraid of taking that leap of faith. They do want commitment. This person does want to be with you. They do see that future with you. But at the same time, maybe when it was time to make that decision, your person thought that they would be better off staying in the middle or staying neutral, not taking a stand for their desires and not really letting you know as well. But deep down, this person did want commitment, Palwan, and I think that you intuitively knew, or you must have brought up the topic because you felt that both of you were ready to talk about it. But at that point in time, your person thought that it was better for them to not make a decision, even though deep down they actually did desire the same thing as you did. So right now, your person is understanding that their desires are okay for them to have. Like they shouldn't be ashamed of wanting commitment. They shouldn't be ashamed of desiring a future with someone. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like sometimes the thoughts that are there on social media can put down someone who feels like, yes, I do want a steady long-term relationship. That is something that I am holding out for, commitment, so on and so forth. I feel like there are certain lines of thoughts on social media, or even just, in the people that maybe your person hangs out with. I don't know, but I definitely have seen that train of thought on certain social media, where there's just so much of pressure that people put or look down upon if you say, I want a relationship that is grounded in commitment, or I am looking for a long-term relationship. That is something that I'm making space for in my life. And so I feel like maybe that might have caused your person also to feel weird about honoring what they truly want. Or I am seeing more, it's pressure. I feel either social pressure, peer pressure as well. And but now your person's realizing that unless and until they honor their own desires, their own wishes, and they accept and they just recognize that it's okay to have these desires. Yeah, they're realizing it's still a process. They're realizing that they will keep finding themselves trapped in situations that they don't want to be in, or that are causing a lot of frustration. So these are the realizations that your person's having. Let's take a look at the extended, and let's see what we are covering in the extended and how it relates to this reading that's come out. Okay, so we are going to be looking into what intentions are forming based on their current realizations. Okay, what is stopping them from taking action? So once the intentions are formed, we'll take a look at maybe blocks that your person has to navigate, and then we will be looking at energy shifts in your connection. All right, after they've set their intention and possibly working through the blocks, let's take a look at the energy shifts after that. Okay. So details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below. Pile 1, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Pile 1, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hey Pile 2, for those of you who chose the Butterfly Wisdom Tarot, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. I don't know what's going on. I suddenly feel like crying. I don't know. Let's see how it relates to it later. Specifically for no contact and or separation situation, your person's realizations. Okay, let's take a look. We have the World, Knight of Discs, the High Priestess, interesting, Page of Wands, the Hanged One, 9 of Discs, 10 of Discs. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards. Crown Chakra, Divine Will. I feel like reading this, Paltio. I align my will with the Divine Will, allowing wisdom from the higher realms to support and guide my evolution on this earth. I grow when I settle into the service of myself and others. I leave space for the magic of the universe to play in my life. I allow the unfolding. That is actually very, very beautiful. Bumblebee, Jasper. I choose to focus on positive and helpful thoughts. We have Reclaim Your Remembrance. And then we have I Know Where We Need to Get to. Rejection and Manifestation 111. Your thoughts are becoming reality. Stay positive. Okay. Your person's done rejecting this connection. They're done resisting. They're done denying. And there's a level of surrender that's coming through. I'm feeling like crying, and also there's like crying because of recognizing that there's something divine about this connection. It's more of that. That's why I feel like crying. It's kind of like looking back at the journey and recognizing that both of you actually didn't have a say in this connection. It was meant to unfold the way that it was, and there was a beautiful orchestration of your connection. There may have been pain, but it was still a journey, and your person is actually being humbled at this point in time. That's why I feel like crying. Yeah, I was wondering why cry, because the cards came out, the tarot came out, and I was like, I'm not getting anything to cry about. But no, with the oracle cards and how much of divine power I'm actually feeling right now, your person's recognizing that this was never about the two of you. Like, whatever both of you decided to do in 3D, yeah, it wasn't going to either happen or not happen according to both of your wishes. There was something always divine stepping in for the two of you. When both of you were separated, it was not about both of your decisions. It was because both of you were offered divine protection. When both of you came together, it was divine's will. And there's a process of humbling that's happening where your person's recognizing, their ego is recognizing that it wasn't about your choice or their choice. No, everything, every single step, everything that has unfolded in your connection has been because of divine's will. And so you might have decided, okay, I'm going to reject this connection, or your person may have decided, I'm going to reject this connection. But no, whatever choices you both made in 3D were an illusion. And that by itself is, that realization coming through is very, very big. And it's impacting your person, because what they thought they knew about this connection, the sense of control that they had in this connection, they're recognizing that it was never in their hand. It was all up to divine. So what is going on with your person right now is that they are surrendering to this connection. They're going to stop resisting, stop rejecting, stop denying, stop thinking that they have control over the situation, stop being illusioned that they have a say in what is happening between the two of you. I don't see any action as of now. The action that I'm seeing is surrender. So it's kind of like they're just staying still. The message coming to me is, if everything has been orchestrated by divine's will, then I trust that things will unfold on their own. I am not going to do anything. I am not going to also resist. So it's neither pushing forward nor pulling back. Your person is standing still, which honestly, as a reader, and as a neutral party, I will say that that is actually the best thing that your person can do at this point in time. Because when you step into that energy, that is actually surrendering with strength, and you're allowing space for inspired action to come through. You're allowing space for your intuition to push you through, or even whatever messages from divine power, your spirit guides, or even your higher self to come through. You're allowing that space for those messages to come through and guide the way. Or there could even be divine orchestration coming through and shifting things in the external for both of you to come together. But your person's, like, the realizations are pretty big at this point in time and very, very humbling. It's, I'm seeing someone bowing down and, just saying, forgive me, I thought I had a say in this. I thought that I was in control, but I am not. And now I let go of what I thought was control. Your person might not even be someone who maybe believes in divine power or might not have trusted, the universe, so on and so forth. But given what has happened between the two of you, they have no choice but to bow down to something that is beyond the two of you, that's working to get the two of you together. It's big. I feel like taking deep breaths, but more when I take a deep breath, there is relief that I'm feeling in my heart. And I also think that this surrender that your person is going through at this point in time is actually bringing a lot of relief within them. They might have thought that being in control, not choosing this connection, whatever decisions that they were making, and I want to say decisions in quotes, whatever decisions that your person thought that they were making in this connection, it looks like it was actually causing a lot of internal chaos within them. And that by itself, like just surrendering and just standing still right now, is bringing a lot of peace, a lot of relief. There's a lot of messages that need to still come through from either their higher self, their spirit guides. I feel like there's a lot of entities, a lot of beings that are supporting this connection, that are in favor of this connection, that want this connection to ground in 3D. And those realizations are also hitting your person really hard, that it's not about you, it's not about them, it's about what's meant to be. The realization that destiny or fate or whatever your person calls it, so much more bigger than them. They're just this tiny speck of what has been orchestrated for the two of you. That realization is hitting your person really, really hard, to a point where I think all those feelings of suppression, everything's just coming out of them, pouring. This person could actually be crying. They might not even be someone who cries, or they might have learned how to suppress their feelings, but they can't anymore. Everything's pouring out of them. There is a pause energy in your connection right now, but there's beauty in the pause right now because the energy has shifted, Paltio. It's no more silence because of rejection or resistance. It's silence because of surrender. And you might have actually felt the shift. Like, it might be still silence in 3D, but you might have felt a shift in the energy behind the silence as well. So the reason for that is things are aligning. Things are actually aligning. Your person is letting go of the resistance, and maybe there must have been some kind of past life promises that both of you have made to each other, with reclaim your remembrance coming through. That's also coming through. But whatever this is, like the biggest realization, or the current realization, and it's very big, is there's something beyond the two of you that's working to bring the two of you together. There's something that's just pulling both of you closer and closer. Whether both of you recognize it or not, your person is recognizing it, and they're allowing it to happen. They're allowing whatever needs to happen to happen. It's not like they think, okay, we are going to be together, or this is how it's going to unfold. No, it's just whatever you want to happen. And they're kind of talking to divine power or the entities that are out there. They're like, whatever you want to happen, just let it happen. I'm just standing still. You do what you have to. I am not resisting anymore. I'm not rejecting anymore, but I also don't know what to do. You lead me. That's the surrender that your person has stepped into. It's very, very big energy. How to, and just as like a neutral reader, there are actually a lot of entities that are supporting your connection, that want this connection to ground in 3D. You must have felt it too. So technically your person's standing still, but that by itself is huge progress from where they were. There's a shift in the energy. The energy is going to start feeling more charged. Paltu, that's how you'll know if this reading is for you, or that's how you'll know your person has completely stabilized in this energy of surrender. The energy will start feeling very charged, but it will also feel stable. It's kind of a juxtaposition where it's charged, but it feels like it's meant to be. It will feel like it's supposed to be there. That's how you know that your person has completely stepped into this energy. I will look at the extended. Let's take a look at what is happening in your connection. All right, so we'll look at what intentions are forming based on their current realizations. This one, I will be tapping into their higher self for you specifically in this reading, Paltu. And then we'll look at what is stopping them from taking action on these realizations that are forming. So if there are any blocks that your person needs to clear out, we'll look at that as well. And then we are going to be looking into energy shifts in this connection once your person, starts working on those blocks. So we'll be looking a little bit more into a future timeline, just because present is more of a standstill between the two of you. But even that, even though it is standstill, it's major progress from where the energy was. All right, so details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out, Paltu. But yeah, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation that you were looking for. Trust me, this is a very, very big step that your person has taken. To the outside world, it might be like this is just surrender, but that itself has taken a lot out of your person. I'm not able to express it but that's the crying, it's just that intense that's coming through. So I just hope that I was able to convey that to you, Paltu, all right? So yeah, Paltu, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.